Happy New Year to everyone. Hope everyone had a great weekend. We'll let some people tune in. If you're in, let me know. Say hi. Happy New Year's to everyone. I hope everyone had a successful, productive 2016. And I hope that you guys have set amazing goals for 2017. If you're alive, if you have a roof over your head, if you have breakfast this morning, believe me, it's a great day to be alive. If you made it through 2016, it was a great year. Something to be happy, something to be grateful for. And I know here at Credit Repair Solutions, we're grateful that we made it yet another year, and that we are still in business helping a lot of people transform their lives by means of credit repair. But this week, I want to talk about New Year's resolutions. You know, that tends to be very popular with the new year. If you made a New Year's resolution, then here's some facts here saying that 2/3 of Americans make a New Year's resolution, but only 8% of people are successful in achieving them. Financial resolutions tends to be the resolution that people make the most. Second to losing weight and joining the gym. So the first one is financial resolution. That's something that a lot of people don't talk about. The one you tend to hear the most is let's join the gym, let's lose weight, let's get in shape. Summer's 6 months away. But they did a study, and people, they don't want to talk about their financial situation, but that is the number one resolution that people make. Number two is losing weight. And there was a recent report that people who tend to work out tend to have healthier credit scores. Now, I don't know if that's true. There was a report that was made, and I kind of agree to it as well, because if you work out, if you have a healthy lifestyle, I think that goes with everything that you do. Not saying that if you have bad credit, you can be healthy, but bad credit can affect our lives. It does really affect our lives in many ways. If you have creditors calling you at work, calling your phone, and when you go to sleep, you start to think, wow, can these creditors sue me? Can these creditors go after my paycheck? Can I potentially be sued? And I don't think that there's anyone that can go to sleep comfortable knowing that those things can happen. And if you don't sleep well, when you wake up, you feel groggy. You might have plans to go to the gym, and maybe you don't go because you didn't sleep well, because you're thinking about your finances. And whether we like it or not, credit, it's a big part of our finances, because if you're going into 2017, saying, I'm going to start saving some money, but have credit card debt that is extremely high in interest, meaning you're paying a lot of interest for your credit cards, and you're thinking about saving money, I think it should be the other way around. I think you should pay off your credit card before you save some money. The thing is this: if you owe $5,000, right, and you invest, let's just say your rate of return per year is 10%, and you're going to get back $500 for the year, right? But what if you have a credit card at 18% for those same $5,000, and you just send in the minimum payment? So after that year, you will be paying in excess of $900 of interest. So think about it. If you were to put $5,000 into a savings account that pays you 10%, and you were to send in the minimum payment, and you were to pay $5,000 off in 1 year at 18%, you would have lost $400, right? So think about it. What seems to make more sense? Whether you pay off your debt or save money, you're getting 10%, but yet you're paying 18%. It really doesn't make any sense to carry credit cards that have crazy, ridiculous interest rates. So please make one of your New Year resolutions to pay down your debt, because that is something that you do not want to have. Wendy Rivera, hi. Happy New Year to you as well. I wish you nothing but success throughout 2017. And thank you for taking such care of my clients. Thank you. It's a pleasure and it's an honor working with you and your clients and every other referral partner that we work with. Our goal is to be able to provide value and become an asset to you and your clients. So Wendy, thank you, and thank you to everyone else who utilizes our services. Now I have here a credit card offer. You want to listen to this. This is as ridiculous as it gets. A client brought this to my office last year saying, Rolando, should I apply for this credit card? We cleaned up his credit. His credit's not quite where we want it to be, but he walked in with a credit card offer. And I want you guys to listen to how ridiculous this credit card offer is. Okay, the APR, it's 36%. 36% APR for a credit card. Now, there's setup and maintenance fees. There's a processing fee of $29, one-time fee. There's an annual fee of $125 for the first year. After that, it's $49 annually. Monthly servicing fee. None for the first year, so they'll waive it for the first year. But after that, it's $124.80 annually, $10.40 per month. So they have an annual fee of $125 plus a monthly service fee of $124. That is equivalent to $250 just to have this credit card. That's monthly servicing fee and annual fee. And you have an APR of 36%. Late payment is $37. Return item charge $35. This is insane. This should be against the law, I swear. This kind of stuff pisses me off because there are a lot of uneducated consumers who apply for credit and become victims to this, even though it's here in bold print, but still, a lot of consumers are uneducated about how credit works, how the do's and don'ts. They're just happy they can get credit. And believe me when I say this, I was one of those individuals that I love swiping my credit card and I'll deal with it later. I'll pay for it later. But and how many people actually read this? How many people actually read the terms of the credit cards to know exactly what they're paying? Again, 36% APR, processing fee of $29, annual fee of $125, monthly servicing fee of $125. And if you want a cash advance, of course, it's $36. Late fee, $37, and return item charge is $35. So we talked about carrying a balance for $5,000. You'll be paying $900 of interest a year. Now imagine 36%. And I said 18%. Now that's double. So you'll be paying $1,800 for a $5,000 loan. Yes, I'm a big believer that there are you got to pay to play, but you don't got to get robbed to play. And for consumers that have bad credit, that don't have less than favorable credit, this is the kind of offers they're going to get. They're uneducated on how credit works. They make bad credit decisions, and there are a lot of predatory companies out there. I'm not going to say who they are. You can't see it. I hope you can't see it here, but I'm not going to say who they are. They're in business to make money, and they have every right to do this. Now, you have the right to say no. You have the right to say, you know what? I'm not going to put up with this crap. I think I deserve to have a better credit score. And if you were to improve your credit 50, 60, even 100 points, which doesn't take that long, which is very hard, you won't be receiving insult offers like this, because this is an insult for many people, and it pisses me off that a lot of people sign up for this stuff, and at the end of the day, they can't pay their debt. They have to go file bankruptcy. Now their credit is ruined for 10 years. So guys, be very careful what you apply for. Today, 2017, this year, there is no better time than to do something about your credit. Credit, whether we like it or not. I talk to a lot of people don't believe in credit. They hate credit. But there's going to come a point in our lives where we're going to need credit. We're going to need to borrow some type of money. We're going to need to apply for something, whether it's a new vehicle, a new car loan, because your car, you're milking it. You don't want to get a car loan. It's just like my brother. My brother, he bought his truck. He's owned it for about 10 years, and he doesn't want a car payment. But he's literally milking his truck. He has good credit, thank God. But the point is that, what if he had bad credit? What if he had bad credit and his truck broke down and he needed to go buy a car? Now, he walks into a dealership with a 620 credit score. What's going to happen? They're going to ask him for a large down payment. They're going to give him unreasonable loan terms, he's going to be paying more monthly. So not only did he had to come out of pocket to give $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 down payment, and now he's going to be paying at least minimum over $150 per month just because he has bad credit. So whether we like it or not, we are surrounded by credit. Credit is part of our lives. It's going to be there whether we want to or not. And why not walk around with the 720 credit score? That is the ideal credit score that I want all my friends to have. I want everyone to know the feeling of having a great credit score, that if they walk into a dealership, they're the boss in their court. They are the ones who are saying the terms that they want. They're not receiving whatever they're giving them. Why? Because they have bad credit. The healthier our credit score is, the better lifestyle we live. We worry less, we save more, and we become smart shoppers. And I say this all the time when it comes to credit. Credit is not a license to shop. It's not a license for you to go out and get debt. There are a lot of perks. I have a lot of friends who have Amex credit cards and they use it for the points. They're literally traveling around the world for free. Why? Because people with good credit are going to get the Amex cards. They're going to get the cards with reward points. You guys see the commercials there that say, you know what, any purchase you make, you're able to acquire points for flights and whatnot. Those are only available for consumers that have good credit. So people with good credit get rewarded. People with bad credit get penalized. At the end of the day, you can't opt out from either one because you're going to need credit. The choice is, where do you want to be? Do you want to be penalized, or do you want to be rewarded for making smart credit decisions? 2017, guys, you should not go into the summer and you still have not decided to fix your credit. Whether you hire us, whether you hire anyone else, or you decide to do it yourself. I've done a lot of videos on my YouTube channel that would allow you to improve your credit. I'm not going to say it's going to repair it completely because I don't know what's on your credit report, but my videos are there to help you understand your credit, help you make better credit decisions, and you take control of your credit, because once you take control of your credit, you take control of your life, believe me. So that was my rant about the New Year's resolutions. I want to go ahead and answer two questions. The first question is, what is considered a good credit score? Now, FICO scores, those are the ones that lenders use for any lending decisions. No lender out there is going to use a credit score to say yes or no. A credit score is for us to be able to view what's on a credit report. FICOs and credit scores completely different, completely separate, but a FICO score ranges between 300 to 850. So that's 550 points. That's all you play with is 550 points. Now, in my 7 years of credit repair, I've never, ever seen a credit score under 400. Never seen a 300, never. I don't even think they exist. Why was that number, why is there a credit score of 350? I think they just needed a starting point, and that was a starting point. But I've never, ever seen a credit score down in the 350. I think the lowest I've seen was a 419, and that's pretty horrible. But 300 to 619, 350 to 619 is considered bad credit. So anything under 619, you have bad credit, subprime. They'll give you credit, but this is what you're going to get, 36%, okay? 620 to 689. 689, guys, that's average credit. That's what everyone should have that hasn't read a book about credit, doesn't understand how credit works. That's what they expect for you to have. Now, the more educated consumer, it's 690 to 719. That is considered good credit. 798, so even over 700, 719 is the credit score that you need to have. Still considered great credit. Now, 720. I keep talking about this magic number, 720, guys. 720 is what you want to have. To 850 is considered excellent credit. Now, in my 7 years of seeing credit reports, the highest that I've seen was the 824. It was by a 71-year-old gentleman who came into my office, had no idea what his credit score was. When we ran his credit, it was 814. I've never seen an 850. I don't think I've heard or met anyone that has an 850. I talked to people, the older gentlemen, they say the credit score was 820, 840 and whatnot. But 720 to 850 is excellent credit. Now, is there a difference between a 720 and an 850? Points wise, no. It looks better on paper. Don't get me wrong. For my lender friends, if you have a client that has an 800 credit score, God, that's a slam dunk. All you got to do is find the property, and the only issue is, are they going to accept the offer for that house? That's it. 720, it's great, but of course, 850, anything above 800 looks better on paper. But when it comes to points, being approval, getting better terms, anything above 720, your game. So guys, aim for 720. Every one of my Facebook friends, you guys should have a 720. If you don't, consider sending me questions. I'll be more than happy to walk you through the process on how to get a 720 credit score. The second question is, what is a charge-off? I spoke to a potential client yesterday who had to settle some debt, and he said, Rolando, my impression was that once an account gets charged off, I no longer have to pay for it because that creditor, that lender, wrote it off. And I said, yes, you're correct. Part of your answer, part of what you believe is correct. A charge-off does mean that creditor wrote it off. But here's the thing. You still signed a contract. You promised to pay for whatever terms, whether it was a personal loan, business loan, car loan, credit card offer, whatever it was, once you put pen to paper, you signed, you're promising to pay that debt. Now, what is a charge-off? A charge-off is an account. Doesn't matter what type of account it is, where that creditor does not receive payment for 6 consecutive months, meaning that client stopped sending in the payment. For whatever reason, they stopped sending in the payment, and it's been 6 months. They have to charge it off. The IRS requires that each creditor lender writes off debt that now was once an asset became a liability, right? Because they were going to make money off this loan. They no longer make money off it because the client hasn't paid. They need to write it off. So for that creditor lender, it's a tax write-off. They write it off their books. Now, can they still collect? Oh yeah, they could collect for up to 7 years from the moment you stopped paying. Legally, they can collect. Now, whenever an account gets charged off, there are favorable terms in regards to settling the debt. You can settle the debt. But why would I settle the debt if they wrote it off their books, right? That's where the consumer gets confused. If they wrote it off, that means I no longer have to pay for it. Well, that's not true. If the company who wrote off that debt collects any money, if you owed $5,000, they settle for $2,500, 50%. Now they're going to pay taxes on those gains of $2,500. Those $45,000 were wrote off. Goes into a different section for Mario Jimenez, the tax agent. He'll be able to clarify how a business puts their write-offs and their gains in a different form. I'm not a tax expert, but that's what happens. They can still collect. They can still sue you for the debt through litigation. They can put a judgment on your credit report. They can seize 25% of your paycheck per pay day, whether it's every week, every 2 weeks. And they can still collect your credit. They can still report it on your credit report for 7 years after that first payment was missed. Guys, so that is what a charge-off is. Yeah, you still have to pay for it. Yes, it can still collect. So guys, I wish everyone a happy new year. I hope that you guys set goals bigger than your fears. The only way you're going to conquer those goals is to do what you fear most. For me, doing Facebook Live, I was extremely scared of it because I record my Ask Credit Coach videos every single week, and I usually do about 10 takes. So for me to take this step, I knew it was important because I'm providing value to consumers. I'm helping people. I'm providing value to their credit, and believe it or not, doing Facebook Live, the more I do it, the easier it's getting because I'm sharing my knowledge. I'm giving away free information. I'm not selling here. I'm not asking for your business. But the only way we're going to reach our goals is to do what you fear the most. And consistency is key, guys. So whatever you fear, believe it or not, that is what's going to take your business, your personal life to the next level, guys. And I want to say thank you to all my referral partners, my realtors, my lenders. Thank you to everyone who is trusting us, my family, my employees, everyone. Thank you so much. I am forever grateful to be able to share what I love to do, which is credit. I love helping people. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for every like, everything you do for me, every referral, every phone call. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you guys next week. And I hope that we can build this long-term relationship for 2017. And I want to be sitting here in 2018 saying that, guys, we reached our goals. Now let's go out and set bigger goals. And know that fear is something that you should always do. Do what you fear the most. That's how you're going to succeed, guys. Thank you so much for your questions. Wendy, again, thank you so much. It is a pleasure to be able to work with you and your clients and everyone else, guys. See you guys next week. Bye.